Hello everybody and welcome to another edition of 108 Inches Baseball Talk. My name is Scott Morganroth. I promised another video and here we are. But this one is of the old Yankee Stadium, the house that Babe Ruth built. My goodness, you talk about the memories. I saw my first and only game here in 2008 when the New York Yankees took on the Tampa Bay Rays and David Price was on the hill for the Yankees. So the new Yankee Stadium sits on River at 161st and Mariano Rivera Way. So Mariano Rivera has a street where the new Yankee Stadium is. I know Derek Jeter played there, but this is really what it's all about. I did take it off my bucket list. Paid a great deal of money for that ticket for StubHub, but worth every dime of it. But what can I say? Babe Ruth, Joe DiMaggio, Lou Gehrig, and the list goes on and on. Mickey Mantle, Joe DiMaggio. A lot of world championships won here. I believe we had at least 26 of them at this very venue, but the original Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. The memories of Billy Martin getting kicked out, the George Steinbrenner sideshow, the Reggie Jackson 3 home runs out of this place. Yet we still have some ball fields, and you talk about the redevelopment of the old Yankee Stadium grounds. You have a lot of baseball fields in the backdrop, and then you have the new one. So when you talk about redeveloping an area, this goes well. I'm wearing a Detroit Tiger shirt. Why not? Obviously, it's my hometown team. But let's talk about some of the great Tiger players that played here as well. You have Al Kaline, you have Hank Greenberg, you have Willie Horton, Mickey Lolich, and the list goes on and on. Ty Cobb, how do you forget him? And Ty Cobb and Babe Ruth were members of the original Cooperstown class in 1936. But on to the Yankees. The original Yankee Stadium here, and a lot of restaurants and souvenir shops. And to me, there's nothing that gets any bigger than Bronson baseball. I had a chance to go out there to Cooperstown, and the Yankees were written all over it. You know, you think about the fact that they televise Yankee games up in Cooperstown, but no matter what, a lot of the great Yankee players came through here at the old Yankee Stadium to make their way to Cooperstown, which is all about 3.5 hours away from where we were staying at any rate. So here you are, folks, the old Yankee Stadium here in the Bronx, and I don't know if you can get much bigger than the New York Yankees brand. It really is an unbelievable thing. You hear the subways in the background. It gets a little loud. Yes, there's a lot of activity that goes on here. It just so happens tonight the New York Yankees are taking on the Boston Red Sox in Boston, and there are a lot of great Yankees and Boston Red Sox games here. You can talk about Ted Williams as well, and they've been across the street. So the history with this organization is really like no other, and it's just a privilege to know that we started this trip here going to Cooperstown, and there was no way that we could not have an opportunity to come to the Bronx. Again, I've been to this place. Eventually we'll get to that place. But, you know, I love the facade here that really gives you the distinct feeling that you know that the old Yankee Stadium is. And again, you talk about miles. I'm looking at all these baseball diamonds here in the background. To me, it just doesn't get any better. And, you know, this should give you a pretty good overview of what it was like and how well they're using it, and the scoreboard in the background. And I do know across the way in Upper Manhattan that the Giants played over at the Polo Grounds, which wasn't too far away. But once again, folks, you talk about the most incredible baseball trip, starting with Cooperstown and having an opportunity to come up here in the Bronx, see where the old Yankee Stadium was old, and of course the new. But it doesn't get any better, because in the end, folks, this historic franchise has only won 27 championships, and I'll tell you, 28 could be very well on the way. Even though Aaron Judge never played here, and Giancarlo Stanton, you have to leave a little bit as well. But who can think about the fact that Babe Ruth had that historic farewell, and Lou Gehrig's speech, you know, once he was diagnosed with ALS, otherwise known as Lou Gehrig's disease. You know, so here you have it, folks. The old Yankee Stadium site. I know they're putting it to good use with the youth, and that's what it's all about. This area knows how to tie generations to generations, from old to new, and we are thankful to have the opportunity to go out there and come up here to the Bronx today. All right, folks, just so you know, you can subscribe to the South Florida Tribune YouTube channel by going to youtube.com, go to South Florida Tribune, hit the subscribe button, follow us on Twitter at Tribune South, and you can also go ahead to our website, www.southfloridatribune.com. So here you have it, folks. We are live at the old Yankee Stadium and it's been a privilege to have an opportunity to come up here. And we want to thank Lauren Aranio and her husband Joe for giving us the opportunity to take a ride up here to the Bronx, so that we can come out there and reminisce and create some new memories. And now you guys can see the progression of history in this very area, borough as they call it. So, all right, once again, folks, please subscribe to the South Florida Tribune YouTube channel, Twitter at Tribune South, www.southfloridatribune.com. And this completes our video series of baseball in New York, with Cooperstown and now culminating here in the Bronx with the Yankee Stadium 1, Yankee Stadium 2. This site was demolished in 2009. And I know the one thing that Derek Jeter said is he wanted a piece of a brick here. And of course, I can't forget my buddy Don Mattingly played here as well. And again, the list goes on and on. So there you have it. Thank you very much for joining us on this edition of 108 Stitches Baseball Talk. Until the next time.